Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Baltimore Orioles going up against the Atlanta Braves. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go. On the hill here today, Chris Sale.
Well, Sale's a strikeout pitcher, and the thing about it is he'll throw strikes early, but then start teasing the zones, and that's what the great ones do. You got to make sure you elevate him, get him out over the plate. That's the only way you're going to have a chance.
Ready to go now, and into the box for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. Fastball for a strike, and we're underway here this afternoon. Fouled off left side. The shortstop takes the ball.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Sale delivers. Swings and misses. Slider got him for strike three.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
Not close with that one. And now it's even 1-1.
All right, Boog. So I was scrolling through social media the other day, and a video of Adley popped up. It was a clip of him playing college football for Oregon State. How athletic is this guy? He tackled Stanford great Christian McCaffrey. Seriously, what can't Rushman do on the field?
And Sale deals. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Batting third, first baseman Ryan O'Hearn.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. That clips the corner. O'Hearn goes 6 feet 3 inches, 31 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2014. And that one upstairs. Rutschman, the base runner at first with one out. The 1-1 is fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that's downstairs. And that's ball 2.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Ground ball could be 2. In there safely. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Just missed. And that's way high. And the count is 2-0.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Sale ready. Just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Tyler O'Neill in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. One out. Runners at first and second. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Puts it in the air out towards left center. And there's 2 away. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
2 aboard, 2 outs. And the slider just misses. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
Breaking ball inside. And it's 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
That one not close. And a full count now. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. And now the Braves, with their first chance to hit, were scoreless. Back at Truist Park, and today's starting pitcher, Zach Eflin.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
We go to the bottom of the first. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris II. And that one is downstairs. And that is ball 1. And there's the strike. In the air out to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And
runner on the go. And there's a foul ball. There's a swing and a miss.
good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And ball one. Runner at first with no outs here.
2-2.
In the dirt. Grounded to third. Could be two. Here's Holiday for one. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Here's Austin Riley. There's the strike.
It's 0-1.
Two outs, base is empty. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Next offering is outside. Gets a piece and stays alive. And a pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. End of the first from Truist Park. No score. Back here in Atlanta, second inning set to go. Leading off, Colton Cowser. Sale back to work. That's in there. 0-1.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
That one way outside, and the count is 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. One and two now. Sale. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
2-2.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Throw on to Olsen. One out in the second.
Batting seventh, center fielder Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. One out, base is empty. Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not even going to think about him. That's a good thing.
No, that missed.
Next pitch just misses. Now 1-2. Swing and a ball softly hit out into left center. Makes the grab, and there's two gone.
Batting eighth, third baseman Jordan Westberg.
Two down, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Jordan Westberg. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So When you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Olsen steps on the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing here this half. Now to the bottom of the second. We're tied, 0-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Matt Olson up to the plate.
This is a guy that really has the ability to be more than just a slugger and a home run hitter, but to hit for average, to get on base, and to drive the ball out of the ballpark.
Little chopper rolls foul.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Close, but called a ball. And it's a ball and a strike. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
2-2.
Next offering is down low.
Full count.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time, because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. And a curve misses outside. Second inning here, no score. And another ball.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
That one misses. And now 3-0. One down, base is empty. There's a strike, and the count is 3-1. Ripped to third and caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Just off the inside edge.
1-0.
Next pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Hit in the air, left field. And it drops in. And that keeps the inning going.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for the base hit.
Foul ball there. Here's your one. That one missing inside. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Hard hit, but right at him in left. Braves strand one. We'll move to the third with no score. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now, Jackson Holliday. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Next offering is fouled back. Next pitch misses. Now 1-2. And that's outside. That's inside.
Full count.
This one high in the air to left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. So the batting order turns over. Gunnar Henderson now at the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout. That one fouled off. And there's a ball. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Man at first with one gone. Here's Adley Rutschman. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And that one almost hit him. The 1-0. And another ball. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Top of the third, no score. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
Oh, kind of a weird pitch and a weird swing on that strikeout. It's just a slider that caught a lot of the plate. I'd say a very hittable location. But in the box, I think he just gave up on it way too early. And by the time he realized it was dropping into the zone, he just fires off a really poor swing.
And here's the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. Line drive and makes the play, and that's out number 3. And the Orioles leave one, and we're still knotted at 0. And we're back as we go to the last of the third. Here's Jared Kelnick. And that's a little bit high. Ball 1. Bunting for a hit. Bare hand scoop, not in time. An infield knock to start the inning.
This was the perfect spot to drop the bunt for a hit. I mean, he used his bat as a tool up there to direct the ball exactly where he wanted it to go and looked smooth doing it at the same time. Really well done. And the defense right there stood no chance.
Here's Orlando Arcia. Just missed. And the 1-0. This to third. Off balance feed. There's one. Onto O'Hearn. Two.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Michael Harris the second will hit next. Outside low. 1-0.
1-0.
And a foul ball. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. 3 innings complete, no score. Back at Truist Park, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Ryan Mountcastle. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Profar calls it in, and there's one away. Here's Tyler O'Neill. He was a strikeout victim his first time. O'Neill, a multi-Gold Glove Award winner, 29 years old, and he was a third-round pick back in 2013. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Fourth inning underway, no score. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. So 2 down now, and here is Colton Cowser. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Two outs. That one misses. 2-2. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. Runner holds at second, so another base hit could get us the first run of the game.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Go ahead run on base. Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. Flied out his first time. That one missed.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
Gets the slider in there for a strike. Swing and a foul out of play. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. So they can't do anything with a 2-out double. On now to the bottom of the 4th. We're tied 0-0. Back here in Atlanta, bottom 4. Now batting Jurickson Profar. There's the strike.
0-1.
Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. And the Braves have the lead now. It's 1-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Really great job of anticipation there. He knows he throws the sinker. That one down in the zone. You're trying to beat it to the spot it's getting to. Well, he won.
Austin Riley at the plate. That misses.
1 ball, no strike.
And that's ball 1. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering is in for a strike. Inside corner, that's called a strike. In the air, left side. O'Neill getting an angle on it. He's got it. 1 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Here is Matt Olson. Struck out swinging his first time. Outside corner for a strike. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
0-2.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out. Marcelo Zuna coming up to hit. He's 0 for 1. That clips the zone. Strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Two down, nobody on. And that's
1 ball,
outside.
2 strikes.
Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Braves get one on the big fly. It's now 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the third baseman, Jordan Westburg. Sale back to work. Yeah, that's fouled off.
You know, these Orioles doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-2.
That pitch was pretty borderline at the top of the zone, and he's not digging the call out there on the mound. Clearly pretty frustrated, so he's going to have to collect himself a little.
That misses the zone. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Inside, just missed.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Out to short. Arcia slings it across. 1 away here in the 5th.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
Jackson
Holliday digs in now. Fly to left his first time.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
Check swing, called strike. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball.
Well, they gave that one a pretty good ride down the line, but it hooked just foul down in the corner. That could have been an easy double if it stayed fair.
The Orioles trailing by a run, and we're at the top of the 5th. And down on strikes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. And next for the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. First pitch misses.
That's the ball. 1-0.
Two outs. Check swing, called strike. And the count 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Out to short. Whips it to first on the run. And they get the out. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. And it remains 1-0. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. And that one is inside ball one. On the ground right side. On to O'Hearn. And a quick out, number one.
Now batting, catcher, Sean Murphy.
Here's Sean Murphy. He's 0 for 1. He was late there. Strike one.
0 balls, 1 strike.
And strike two. Bases empty,
No
one
ball,
away.
2 strikes.
Last half of inning number 5. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And next for Atlanta, Jared Kelnick. This one popped up. Henderson makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Orlando Arcia.
Next to hit, Orlando Arcia. He hit into a double play his first time up. Outside.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Cut on and lifted in the air. O'Neill on the move to the alley. And that'll do it. One left for Atlanta, but they still lead it 1-0. Back at Truist Park, new inning getting started. Now, Adley Rutschman. And ball one.
1-0.
Smoked into left field, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Everything came together for him. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Ryan O'Hearn, the next to hit for the Orioles. 1 for 2. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
With the tying run on at first, and we're the top half of the 6th. Just missed.
Down, that's the ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Grounder might be 2. To second, there's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. And next is the designated hitter, Ryan Mountcastle. 0 for 2 in this one. That's in there. Action in the pen down there. Aaron Bummer getting loose out there. Johnson also throwing. Pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to second.
Well, you can get away a little bit with not being so accurate when you've got such a great arm and you get rid of it quickly. And that's what happened right there. He made up for the lack of accuracy with excellent velocity. Nice job with the catch and throw right there.
That's down and in. A slider missed.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Braves 1 and the Orioles nothing. Back here in Atlanta, well, we go bottom 6. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Here's the switch hitting left fielder Jurickson Profar. He's produced the only run of the game with his solo shot earlier.
Yeah, the pitching's been outstanding in this one, so that home run has really been the only big sign of life from either offense.
On the corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Yennier Cano is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Dominguez, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Ball one there. Next offering is in for a strike. That one way inside. Man at second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Here's Austin Riley. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. One out and a runner at second. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Mullins sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. 2 down.
Now batting first baseman, Matt Olson.
And the batter now, Matt Olson, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Right through there for a strike. Here's the pitch to Olson. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Cut on and missed. Curveball struck him out. Braves strand 1, but they're on top 1-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Aaron Bummer.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, one-run game. Now the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
Clips the corner. 0-1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
1-1.
That one almost got him. Hard hit left side. Over to first, and O'Neill is retired.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So digging in, Colton Cowser. Fought off foul. One down, base is empty. Check swing, and he went 0-2 now.
0-2.
Out towards right center field, Kelman makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, center fielder.
And now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Trying to bunt his way on. And foul ball. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And that is out of play. Cut on and miss, struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Orioles held in check there, still behind by a count of 1-0. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Yennier Cano.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Cano, a former All-Star, 31 years old, and he was born in Cuba. That's a little bit low. And there's the strike. That's down and in.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the
2
zone.
balls,
When you
1
miss
strike.
inside the zone, it's trouble.
And that's in the dirt.
3-1.
That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So a
Take your
leadoff
base.
walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Misses
That's the ball.
outside, and it's 1-0. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. And a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
All over that one right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So here's Murphy now. That's outside. Ball one.
You know, these Braves putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. The numbers help tell the story. I mean, they've been sitting fastball, and it's paying off in a big way. So far with 6 hits against that pitch alone.
Next offering is downstairs.
And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game, because if a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Late swing fouled off. And it remains 2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. You look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his glove.
Now it's the right fielder, Jared Kelnick. Ball one, no strikes.
Could use a ground ball here.
1-0.
Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
Ozuna, the lead runner, out at second. Albies over at first with 1 away. And another ball.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
And that's outside.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Orlando Arcia next to bat for the Braves. 2 on, 1 out. And he pumps it a strike. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. He muscles that one out of here. It's 4-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Yennier Cano won't go any further, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. Sir Anthony Dominguez is checked into the game.
Number 56. Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Now in for the Braves, Orlando Arcia. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Hit on the ground to short. Henderson fires across the diamond. 2 gone now.
Now batting, center fielder Michael Harris.
So up next, Michael Harris the second. Immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That misses,
1-1.
and the count is 1-1. And that one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Inside, almost got him. Pitch misses. Full count, 3-2.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Brings it in with a nice running grab. That is the inning. Atlanta gets 3 on the homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. We're at the top of the 8th. At the plate, Jordan Westburg. The Orioles in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Bummer back to work. He swings and fouls one off. Pitch misses there. And a count even 1-1. Activity in the bullpen. Dylan Lee getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Number 63, a right-hander, loosening up as well. Check swing. He held up. Now 2 balls and a strike.
2-1.
And it's fouled away. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Takes it himself, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Here's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. And that one inside and it hit him.
Yeah, and he'll act like he really wanted to hit, but he's as happy as anyone that he got hit by that pitch just to turn this lineup over back to the top.
Drilled out towards left center field. Harris hauls it in, and there's 2 away. So, man aboard. Here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. Right through there for a strike. Holliday leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. Two outs and a foul ball. Bummer deals. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Full extension makes the catch.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do as an outfielder, you lay out, you make a diving catch, and you end the inning. That gets the team fired up in the dugout.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Gregory Soto. Here's Profar now. He's already homered here in this one. And that drops in for a strike.
0-1.
Profar gets a piece there. And 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Holiday. And out number 1 on the grab.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Here comes Austin Riley. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Here's Matt Olson down. In there, and it's 0-1. That one missed.
Ball.
Man at first, 1 away. To short, could be 2. Here's Holiday for 1. High throw to first, and he can't reach it. And it's going to wind up out of play.
No trouble getting the double play started, but clearly some trouble on that return throw to first. I'm not sure if the runner going into second had a part in that or if it was something like a bad transfer. Either way, it could have been 2 outs, but instead, they got to work around a runner in scoring position now.
And now it's the Braves DH, Marcell Ozuna. That one's in there, and that's strike 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. That one ran inside, almost got him.
Two and two.
Man on second, 2 down. Swings, fouls it off, and he breaks his bat.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Whips it to first. That's the 3rd out. 1 left for Atlanta, but they're in front 4-0. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, number 63.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And now the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn, 1 for 3.
Ryan O'Hearn.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, the designated.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Ryan Mountcastle. 0 for 3 in this one. Right through there for a strike.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. And there's one away.
Now batting, left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
He's 2 outs away. O'Neill, the next to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Into the outfield, base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Number 63 departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Raisel Iglesias.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
First and second, 1 out. So next to hit for Baltimore, Colton Cowser. Late with the swing there.
It's 0-1.
Foul ball. O'Hearn at second. O'Neill at first. 1 gone. Missed with a changeup. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And there's
That's
a ball.
2-2.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Next pitch
Ball.
downstairs, and that's ball 3.
Ball count.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two on, 1 out. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Got him swinging. Now only 1 out remaining.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location, but the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
So it's their last chance in this one. Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that is the ball game.
Well, you win this one 4-0, and it feels like you could have exploded for more offensively, but you also realize that at times it was hard to score. So you get out of here feeling good about this win. Ultimately, there was great pitching and defense to keep that other team off the board. You always feel good about a win like this.
A 4-0 shutout in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.